Pittsburgh Steelers versus Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Western Pennsylvania and Heinz Field in the Steel City of Pittsburgh. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And with towels waving, we're underway from Heinz Field. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. They're led out by their big-bodied electric quarterback, Cam Newton.
And he is, without any question at all, the focal point of this offense. Had an unbelievable game running the football last time out. And we're not just talking about little scampers here and there for 5 or 10 yards. We're talking about big, long, explosive field-flipping runs. And that's something this defense is well aware of.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Newton. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Here's Newton. Quick slant to Brown. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So opening drive, 3rd down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out because everyone throws it on 3rd down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
Now a first down throw for Newton. This will be caught by Brown. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Here's Gurley. It was Chuck Clark coming up to make the tackle. So, Charles, you look at this offense, and really on paper, at least, a great situation for them upcoming. They're unbeaten on the year, an open week coming up after this. So I guess my question, any worry that maybe this is coming at the wrong time?
Oh, definitely I would be worried about this game, maybe more than any other on the schedule, because I know my guys are looking ahead to that open week. I've got to keep them focused on the task ahead, make sure they take care of business in this one. Otherwise, you're talking about a double trap. The trap of losing the game and then having the open week and having to stew about it.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Newton. Short little throw to Ebron. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Here's Newton. They'll roll him out right. Shoves him aside. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Here's Newton. This is caught. 3 yards the gain there. 2nd down. Gurley. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Todd Gurley with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive.
First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's finished off by a Todd Gurley touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
And no excitement, unless you're on the defensive team of last week, in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that, and they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Again, Jackson will keep it. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And defensively going with a dime set, 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Jackson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Stephon Tuitt coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. On the handoff, it's Gurley. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. Another good carry there for the NFL's second leading rusher, and we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
But I'm just going to tell you point blank, it doesn't matter whether he's 1st or 2nd or even 3rd in the league in rushing yardage. That's not the main deal. It's how he gets those yards and the impact he has on his ball club.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Newton now to throw. Short little throw to Ebron. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Newton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. This, the second meeting between these two division rivals. You might recall they met earlier in the year, and it was the visiting Steelers who came away victorious, so they'll look to claim the season series with a win here in Pittsburgh. Back to the air, Newton on second down. They'll get this out to Gurley, and he goes out right around the 39. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on 3rd down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on 3rd downs all year long. On first down, it's Newton. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. A gain of 6 there on first. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now a handoff for Gurley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 73 yards rushing for him in this one, and he is drawing ever closer to a 2,000-yard season. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
It's brought in by Harris. That catch good for only a couple. And he'll run for the first time with Najee Harris. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Gurley again. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Todd Gurley with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Steelers go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Roses to add the extra point. It's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told, and it's finished off by a Todd Gurley touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Roses on to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Jackson going to take off with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. There on the tackle, Minkah Fitzpatrick. Well, these two teams met in Pittsburgh earlier in the year, with the Steelers prevailing in that one. So if they can win here in Pittsburgh, they'd be able to claim the season sweep. On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
From the 50, Newton. And quickly into the hands of Robinson. Touchdown! Allen Robinson. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Rosas now to add the PAT. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tiny 2-play drive that time. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Jackson, draw play to Dobbins. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. On 3rd down, Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Tyson Alualu able to drop it for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
No, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Here's Sterling Hoffrichter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. And our attention shifts to Todd Gurley. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
On 1st down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Newton to throw. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
96 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
They're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Gurley. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Throwing is Newton.
Completion here to Claypool.
They find some open field here. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Chase Claypool.
His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Now, 1st quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it's stealing it, it's scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
Rosas good with the extra point, and it is 28-0. So that drive span 5. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone.
So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Jackson going to run again. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. But you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and set them down.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Now Jackson steps away. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs, because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Todd Gurley and the offense, they get set and trot back out there now. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Newton. Quick slant finding Claypool. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now Newton. Right side, Claypool's got it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Newton. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Throwing again is Newton. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Robinson. 2nd down and 8. Off play action. Newton. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Newton. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Second and goal from the 1. They'll try again. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Todd Gurley, his 25th touchdown, tying him and Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Steelers are able to add on to their first half lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes this 35-0 now. After the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. And now here come the Ravens. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Jackson now. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The Ravens send their punter out now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far.
Harris returning.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And our attention shifts to Todd Gurley. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend.
Cam's throw pulled in by Robinson here.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. To throw again on 2nd down. Newton. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Adafe Owe. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carping them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Out of the gun, Newton. And that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap and again to Dobbins. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. The Ravens on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 8. Now a handoff for Dobbins. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partners. In this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Cam Newton getting ready to go again on offense. He's been in a pretty good group. They actually have more yards on the ground than through the air, but both have been good, pretty balanced.
And have we ever met a coach when we've talked to him before a game that hasn't mentioned wanting to be balanced?
No, because then you've got both sides hitting the defense. They don't know what to expect, right?
It really helps your play calling because now you're in a position where you're confident in either aspect of the game. Dial it up and let it go. And so far, that's allowed them to lead.
Absolutely. Have the lead here in the second quarter. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Newton. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
They're quite a turn of events. This is 1st and goal from the 3. Dobbins will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And he converts, and it cuts the lead to 35-7. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Getting set to go again here, Cam Newton marches back onto the field. They've sort of epitomized balance. I mean, he's thrown the ball pretty well. They've run the ball well. Got to be pretty happy over on that sideline.
Takes a lot of pressure off, doesn't it? As much as those guys back there want to throw the ball around and be the focal point, when you're able to run it well and hold the defense back from their pass rush, it allows you to throw it as well as we're seeing so far in this game.
Yeah, now they'll be looking to add to their lead here in the second quarter. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Newton over the middle, complete. That's Robinson. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Back to throw, Newton. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. In 2nd quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the blood.
Yeah, he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's a give to Dobbins. Dobbins hit and he fumbles. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Rosas to add the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Stephon Tuitt able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now a carry for Dobbins. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Stephon Tuitt able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him, do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. Back out onto the field comes Allen Robinson. He's already approaching 100 yards and has the touchdown. I'm sure on that opposite sideline right now, they're scratching their heads saying, all right, what do we do?
And the hard part is, even if you limit him to a short catch, he has that make-you-miss ability to take it for big yardage and put in the end zone again. So trying to blanket him is very difficult, but ultimately, you've got to find a way to put him on the ground, tackle him, and he doesn't make that easy.
They're struggling with that so far. Only needing 2 yards on second down. Here comes a 20th carry for Gurley. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Robinson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Newton now to throw. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Here's Gurley now, out of the gun. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Todd Gurley on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Steelers have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Roses now to add the PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's finished off by a Todd Gurley touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Roses on to kick it away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. Eluding the pressure. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. Now Allen Robinson and company gearing up to go again on offense. Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 2nd and 2. From the gun, Newton. Ebron with it over the middle. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now Newton on 1st down. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Ravens are going to get the football back at their own 17. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. A gain of 6 there on 1st. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. They go play action now. Jackson. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Rosas to add the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, his throw incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The Ravens send their punter out now. He's been terrific so far. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this returnable for Harris. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. One more drive here for the Steeler offense in this first half. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A final shot before the break. Newton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at Highmark Stadium, just outside of Buffalo. And it's the Browns who have the lead at halftime. Nick Chubb with 2 touchdowns thus far. From there, we stay in the AFC East and skip over to Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. Mac Jones with a couple of touchdown passes. Lastly, let's head to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. See what's happening with the Bengals. And at the half, they are down to the visiting Dolphins in that one. Sony Michel, a force in that first half with 2 touchdown runs. In our game, it was Cam Newton who led the way in that first half. He's over 300 yards passing already. How high can he go? To find out, let's kick it back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll run. It's Dobbins. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
A 3rd down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And they'll get him down here at the 23. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. On 1st and 10, Newton. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Newton. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Jackson. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Here's Jackson. Rolling to his left. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to kick it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Harris to return. Call that one an even 60 yards. 6-0. Todd Gurley and the offense, they get set and trot back out there now. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
And this one's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.